Hi, I'm Jeff, and you're here. Before we get started, Black Lives Do Have and Will Always Matter. There'll be links in the description for you to check out. And also, just remember, it is our responsibility to protect Black women every single day. And because of the recent natural disaster that happened in the Philippines, there will also be links below about how you can help and about the relief efforts and just basic information so y'all can keep up to date with what is going on, you know, the other side of the world, because we are not the only ones going to shambles. Anyway, today we are doing the Shaded Choice Awards tag. Now, y'all, wait, hold on. Before we get started, let's go. Yeah, okay, so the Shaded Choice, okay, yeah, so you know how Goodreads is a little shady and don't never want to give Black writers their due credit. Like, I ain't saying nothing, but I didn't see no Black contenders. Anyway, that being said, my good sis, Princess, over at Castle Library, her channel will be right here. She and her friend started this website called Shaded Choice Awards. It will be written out right here, and basically it's Goodreads that focuses primarily on BIPOC authors, and she created this tag. It has 9 questions on it. With that, let's just get into the tag. Number 1, a new Black/POC author you read this year. Now look, y'all know I haven't picked up a book for pleasure in about 2.5 years, but let me tell you, this year I read predominantly Black authors, and a lot of them were new. So for this answer, my 2 answers for this, I'm obviously picking Tochi Onyebuchi and Ibi Zeboy. They are my 2 favorite authors of this year. I love them. Wow, their writings. Wow, I just can't even. You already know how I feel about Tochi, so we're not going to get into it. I have read everything that he has written this year. I am still reading Riot Baby, but he is top tier. And Ibi Zeboy, this Haitian woman, y'all, she could write in real life. I love it. Period. Number 2, a favorite author who released a new book this year. So all of Tochi's books are new, right? Listed right here. But for this answer, I didn't want to pick Tochi again, so we're going to say we have 3 answers for this one. 1, we have Ray Bearer by Jordan Ifueko. We have American Street by Ibi Zeboy, released this year. I'm not really going to be talking about these books because I have talked about them in previous videos. They will be linked down below, and I'm not going to pull them off from over here because I am getting my end of the year reads ready, and I don't feel like pulling them, okay? And then 3rd, we have Remembrance by Rita Woods. She released her book this year. I don't know if she has any other books, but she can easily take one of my favorite author spots. Number 3, a 2020 release you haven't read yet. For this, I have Song of a Wraith and Ruin. I haven't read that yet, which is really upsetting to me, and it's just so ghetto, I think, to myself. Such a fun age, but that is in my TBR to be completed this month. So hopefully we get to it, but it's looking really good that I'm gonna get to it. Number 5, what is your favorite genre and what book would you vote to win that genre? My favorite genre, as everybody knows, is fantasy. I love fantasy novels so much. It's just something about the magic, honey, period. A book that I would vote to win that genre, not only do we have Ray Bearer, we also have Beast Made of Night, Legendborn, and War Girls. Look, actually, when I'm done this video, I'm finna head over to the website and get that done because Number 6, what is your favorite book release from 2020 by a Black/POC author? I wanted to give some light to a POC author because all the other questions I was just talking about Black authors. So for this answer, I have Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. Now, y'all have heard me talk about this book, and if y'all know me in real life, y'all know I've referred this book to literally everybody. Child, I love that book. I love that book. I love it. I love it. I love it. Number 7, who's a Black / POC author that deserves more recognition? For this, again, Elizabeth Acevedo. She has been actually really talked about now that I think about it, but I do think in terms of, like, if you're not on BookTube and you're not like on book Twitter and you're not actively looking for her, it's just, you don't really hear much about it unless you're hearing it from me. And I feel like she deserves more recognition from everybody, especially Goodreads. She deserves more. And secondly, we have a new author, Nevelius Jordan. He has written 2 books, School of the Woven Way and Pedigree Penitentiary. Nobody's talked about him, that, like, nobody on BookTube. And he is fairly new. He's an independent author. But if you like fantasy and you like literary fiction and a really intricate and very interesting magic system that you don't really read about in books, the sorority, if that is your thing and you want to check out more independent Black authors who have written fantasy books, I highly suggest Nevelius Jordan. Number 8, what's one book that you would recommend that you don't directly identify with that is still a person of color? So I have The Black Kids and Grown by Tiffany Jackson. The Black Kids, Ashley was just, I think she was me when I was younger, very much so, wanting the validation of white people, because that's, you know, mostly what she was surrounded by. But older me is just like, I was reading it and I was just like, I would never just put my, like, basically almost renounce my Blackness to appease these white people. And especially since this book is set during the Rodney King murder, I don't think that I could ever just be that token Black girl and take pride in it. And for a lot of the book, that's what she was doing, and I can't get with that. And Grown I don't directly identify with, because fortunately for me, I have never been sexually assaulted, and I have never been kidnapped, and I've never been held against my will, and isn't my story. It's an unfortunate one, and my heart goes out to the characters and to the people who can directly identify with this book, but that is not my story. It was a really good book though. And number 9, Black / POC content creator recommendations. First of all, again, Castle Library Princess. She's lit. I love her. She is so nice, and I'm so glad that I have fallen into the lane of that she's in, because she's amazing. Her little dog Bowser. So cute. Next, we have Chabi reading up here. She's new, but I really dig her. Like, we talk, she comments on my videos, we have a conversation. She's really cool, and her content is really clear, really easy to understand. She's funny. I like her stuff. Next, we have Jessie over at Bowties and Books. They are amazing. I love them. Their content is very Afro Latinx friendly, very BIPOC friendly, and very queer friendly, and a lot of my book recommendations I actually get from them. So they'll like post a video and I'll watch it, and then my reading list grows by at least 5. That's why I can't be watching their videos too much, because my bank accounts are not happy with me. But no, they are just a good source for if you want to blend literature with activism, and if you want to, they keep me informed, honey. I watch their story before I watch the news, if I can be honest, because they're telling me news that I want to know. They're sharing books that I want to read. They're just such a good time. Okay. And they also have TBR cards, and mine are in transit. So, period. Okay. And lastly, we have Fictional Fates. But I also think he's they. So we're just going to call him they. And if he's not a they, and if they're not a they, I'm so sorry. But they were predominantly on Bookstagram before they made their transition to BookTube, and I literally found them, and then within a week I started my channel because I was like, if they can do it, I can do it. And Joel, I just want to thank you. Like, everybody that I've mentioned, I just want to thank y'all, because if it wasn't for y'all, Dreaded and Reddit would literally just me talking to myself, talking to Michelle and Kayla and Adelaide, honestly. Oh, lastly, we have Mina Reads. She is so cute. She focuses mostly on like romance, and she's getting into fantasy, which I can appreciate, but she gives me a lot of good recommendations too, honey. I just watch her videos, and her wrap-ups are great. Her vlogs are so clean. Her content is great. Her thumbnails look great. Yeah. I just want to take this time to thank them, because if they didn't start their channel and if I didn't come across their channel, well, first let's thank the YouTube algorithm, and then let's thank y'all. But if it wasn't for y'all starting your channel and just being who y'all are on Nancy Pelosi's Innanets, then your good sis here would not be here. And that's period. Okay? Boom. Alright, y'all, so that's all I have for you today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I have to go because I have more books to read. But as always, I will see you seeing me in the next one. Bye!